Georg and Anna and their son Georgie are traveling to their lakeside summer home. Georg is trying to guess the opera singer Anna put on. He guessed Giggly, but he couldn't place the song. He says it sounds like Handel. Anna says 3, 2 in her favor. As they drive, the stop can't wait but their neighbors, telling them it's not fair that they're practicing their golf before their game together at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The neighbors agree but act weird. There are 2 young men playing golf with them. Anna asks if they will help launch their boat in 20 minutes. The neighbor agrees. After driving away, Anna says the neighbor acted like he was in a huff. Georgie says he didn't see Sissy. They think one of the young men may be his brother's son, who is around that age. Upon arrival, Georgie goes upstairs with his bags, followed by their German shepherd Rolfie. Georg brings in his golf clubs and puts them in the entry. He then brings in 2 boxes of groceries they brought. Rolfie tries to eat the groceries Anna is putting in the fridge. Georg takes Rolfie to unpack the rest of the SUV. His neighbor Fred and one of the young men from the neighbor's house are at their gate. Georg lets them in, and the young man in a white shirt and white shorts says he is Paul. Fred says he is the son of a business friend. Anna comes and asks Fred how his wife Eva is. Georgie asks Fred where Tropea is. Fred was there recently. It is in Italy. Georgie says he is sad Sissy isn't there because she said she would be there all summer. Georg and Georgie get their boat ready. Georgie asks why Uncle Fred was acting strange. Anna prepares dinner in the kitchen. Georgie comes in and asks for a sharp knife and leaves. He then returns, saying someone is at the door. Peter says he is from next door and is asking to borrow 4 eggs on Eva's behalf. Anna asks how he passed their gate, and he says Fred knew of a hole in their shared gate near the water. Peter takes the eggs and leaves, but as he turns the corner, you hit a crack. Anna goes and sees him over a pile of broken eggs. He apologized a lot. Anna says she may be expecting visitors tonight and they would be wanting eggs for breakfast. Peter says she would still have 4 left if she gave him 4 more. While moving in the kitchen, Peter accidentally knocks the phone into a sink full of water. Anna, upset, tells him to take the new wrapped eggs and leave. Anna turns the corner to the door because Rolfie is barking. Peter is standing there with another young man in all white, Paul, a brash, arrogant young man. Paul says Peter is afraid of dogs. Anna offers to lock Rolfie up so they can leave, but Paul says not to. Paul then starts admiring and touching Georg's clubs. He takes one and a ball to hit it to the water. Peter asks if he can too. Georg and Georgie yell for Rolfie to be quiet, and they soon hear the dog whine in the distance. Georg goes to check on him. As he gets up, the knife is pushed down into the boat by a rope. Paul returns with the club, and Anna and she returns it to the house. Paul refers to Peter as Tom, and Anna says she is not interested in whatever game they are playing. She tells them to leave. Paul says he is shocked at how Anna is acting, but he will leave if Tom gets the eggs. Peter dropped the second batch when Rolfie scared him. Anna grabs Peter Tom when Georg walks up. Anna tells Georg she has her reasons for kicking them out and is upset he didn't when he saw her try. She walks off. The young men get very close to Georg and ask for the last eggs. Georg slaps Paul, so Peter hits Georg with a golf club. Georgie hits them but is slapped down. Anna walks back in the room. One of the boys insists Georg take off his pants to see the injury. He refuses and asks them to leave. The young men say they can make a call for help if they want. Anna says Peter dropped her cell phone in water. Paul pulls Georg's golf ball out of his pocket. He never hit it because Rolfie stopped him. He killed him. They make Anna play hot or cold until she gets near his body. He is in the Range Rover. Anna's friends arrive at the water in a boat for dinner. Anna says that Robert pulled his back doing something around the house and is laying down. She tries to get them to leave. Before they leave, Paul verifies which dock is theirs. Paul and Peter watch Anna and Georgie bring George onto the couch. Anna brings him pain pills, but they hurt her and knock the pills away. Georgie hits them, and Paul says if he keeps it up, his mom will get hurt. Paul calls Peter Tubby. Paul says Peter has 5 addicted siblings and he has sex with his mom. Then he says it is a lie and came from a rich family. Then as Peter leaves, Paul says Peter is a drug addict. Georg tells him to stop the lies. Paul says he wants to bet the family will be dead by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Paul breaks the 4th wall, asking who we would bet on. Paul calls Peter Tubby again and says some like Anna would not like someone like him. Anna stands up to walk behind the couch and Georgie tries to go with her. Paul grabs him and says they will play a game. Anna says to let him go, so he says both with play. It is kitten in a bag. They put a pillowcase over Georgie's head. He can breathe, but not well. They tell Anna to strip to prove she doesn't have Kelly rolls like Peter. Once seeing she has no jelly rolls, she is allowed to get dressed again. As she dresses, Georgie pees himself. He runs while his parents try to stop them. He goes upstairs, out a window, and outside. Paul tapes Anna's legs and tells Peter to pour water on George to wake him up after his fall. Paul goes to find Georgie. Meanwhile, Georgie is failing to climb over their gate. He wades through water to the neighbor's house. The sensor light comes in just as Paul gets in eyesight. Georgie goes into the neighbor's house to hide, but sees his wet footprints. He takes off his pants and shoes and runs further inside. He sees a gun in the floor and Sissy's bloody feet in the next room. He takes the gun. While moving, the outdoor motion sensor light is going off. Paul puts in heavy rock music. Paul finds him. He tells him to cock the rifle before using it. As he approaches, Georgie pulls the trigger. It is empty. Peter is watching Georg and Anna. They return around 11 p.m. Paul hands the rifle and 2 bullets to Peter. Paul goes to find food and hears a gunshot followed by screams. Georgie's bloody body is on the ground. George is on the ground in the opposite side of the room. Anna hops to the TV and turns it off. Anna says, "They're gone." Then she goes to the kitchen to get a knife to free her and Georg, who is now sitting up. He wasn't shot. Georg starts to sob and Anna runs back to him. Anna helps Georg up. He can barely stand. The door is locked, so she says to use a window. He tells Anna to go because he can't keep up, but that they probably locked the electric gate and she will need pliers to make a bigger hole in the gate. They are in the boat shed. He tells her to dress and shoes for running first. Georg will hide in the wine cellar. Before leaving, Anna checks her phone. It is dried and is working. They don't know the local police number, so they try to speed dial a loved one. Its numbers don't work, so she gets a hairdryer and tries. Georg tells her to just go and we'll try the phone. She leaves. Anna makes it through the fence. She runs to neighbors' fences and try the call buttons to no answer. Georg blow-dries the phone and gets Peter on the phone. He asks him to send police to Lake House, but the call drops. Anna is seen running along tall hedges on the road. She sees lights coming, but hides. After the vehicle passes her, she tries to flag it down unsuccessfully. She sees a second pair of lights and decides to stand in the road this time. George covers Georgie's body. He gave up on the phone. He hears someone arrive and calls out for Anna. A golf ball rolls into the ball. Paul throws it at the camera while Peter brings Anna in. She has a ball gag and is tied up. A second bullet is loaded into the rifle. They untie Anna's hands so she can remove the ball gag. Paul says they are going to play another game, the loving wife. George is next, but Anna can step in. Do you pick the knife or the rifle? Paul turns to the camera after Georg suggests ending it and says he wants plausible plot development and a full-length film. Anna didn't answer, so they stab Georg. Paul then tells her to say whichever prayer she wants without mistakes and God will help her, but if she doesn't, Georg will get stabbed again. Anna doesn't know any prayers, so Peter tells her one. Paul makes her kneel and put her hands together and speak fervently. She says it correctly. Paul says it was the trial run. If she says it backwards without any mistakes, she can pick who dies first and how. Anna grabs the rifle in the table and shoots Peter. Paul pushes Anna back and searches for the remote. B presses rewind and the scene goes back to when Anna first finished the prayer. Georg is shot. Paul, Peter, and Anna make their way to the boat in the morning. All are in yell raincoats. Anna's hands are tied and her mouth taped. Anna finds the knife from earlier and tries to cut her toes, but the guys see her and throw it in the water. Paul pushes Anna over at about 8 a.m. They arrive at the neighbor's dock that they met with Anna. Paul asks to borrow some eggs on Anna's behalf.